Hey, what's going on, guys? Kieran from Fingers Crossed, and obviously following the theme of the channel, we are now got another Albaz Law deck profile. So this time we got Icejades. Icejades are actually kind of fun. They're really bad. I'm not gonna lie, they're really bad, but they are kind of fun. They can set up a 3-card skill drain, one-sided skill drain. But other than that, they are pretty good. Like they're just fun to play, I guess. Little niche interactions, and yeah, it's just kind of cute to play the deck, to be fair. I play it mostly on like our Thursdays, where it's kind of more of a jank locals. I would not take this to some of the more competitive ones because you will just get dominated, so it's just pointless. But yeah, without further ado, guys, let's just quickly go through the deck profile. So guys, we're playing 3 Icejade Cosmolaw. So this is one of the cards for the 3-card skill drain. You need to have the field spell up, but if you do have the field spell up, then monsters your opponent controls can only activate the effects the turn they are summoned. So for example, normal summon as the works, but the next turn they wouldn't be able to use the Mechaba that they summoned and stuff like that. So yeah, that's only if the field spell is up. And this also just specials itself if the field spell's up, so it's a free level 10 with 3k booty. So yeah, that's that first one. And we play 3 Icejade. So this is probably the best one because you normal summon her and it gets you any Icejade spell or trap. So this obviously searches your Curse, Erosion, Cradle, which is not once per turn, and obviously the field spell. So yeah, that's what Icejade does. And then obviously on your opponent's turn, this is a quick effect. If this card is targeted for an attack or just targeted with an effect, then the next time this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn, it is not destroyed. Also, then you can special summon 1 water monster from your hand or graveyard. So this is really good. I am thinking about trying to maybe put like a really big water monster in here just to have like a big beater or something, but yeah, just need to think about it a little bit more. We've got Icejade Acti. This one's not great. It just has the effect really that you can normal summon, send a water monster from your hand to the graveyard and draw a card. So good to like help you go through, but I wouldn't play it more than one. We've got 2 Icejade Tremora. Tremora, basically the best effect is you can discard it to summon from your hand an extra, so it basically helps you have another summon. And there's 2 normal summons in this deck, so if you open this as well, then yeah, that's pretty useful, pretty good. And then when it's in the graveyard, if a water monster is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon 1 Icejade monster from your hand or graveyard. So that is again really good to be able to like get your Icejade effect again on your opponent's turn and stuff like that. So yeah, comes up sometimes. Then for the last 2, we've got Kingfisher. So Kingfisher equips to a monster, and then you can attack in defense position. That's mostly what that one is. And then we've got the new one, Icejade Creation Ariocassis. This is actually the monster in the lore that Icejade makes as like a combat. So this is actually a tuner, so this allows you to now synchro summon. And with Icejade and Aerogas, you can make a level 10. So pretty good. And this is just, you can equip it to a monster, it gains 400 attack and defense, and then it's a quick effect. You can summon this from the equipped monster, so this will be on the field. So you can like normal summon Icejade get you the field spell, then you can normal you can attach this to Icejade, summon it, make a synchro 10, and then you could activate your field spell and then add your Icejade back from grave. So yeah, that's just one like a little thing that you can do, and that's really good for going for game. Then for the other normal summons, we've got 3 Buzzsaw Shark. So obviously you're going to target himself and then summon from deck. This obviously makes you Bahamut Shark. Got 2 Beautiful Princess. This basically just banishes to get this. And then we've got 2 Silent Angler. And this is what you're going to special summon from Buzzsaw Shark. Then for the last ones, we've got Barrier Statue of the Torrent. So obviously a lot of decks special summon, and so just special having this, there's like realistically this shuts off like quite a few decks. This is not what I would mainly go for, but it's just nice to have as a one-off. And then last we've got Gameciel. We can't search it because we don't play the trap that you banish to search a water monster, but it's nice to just have one thing, like one sort of like removal as like a kind of go second card, just for like weird towers and stuff like that, because this deck cannot out that stuff really. Then we've got, let me see, we've got 4 Icejade, I just don't know that word, Union Cradle. So when this card is activated, you can add an Icejade monster from your banished or graveyard back to your hand, so that's really good for like the grind game and stuff like that. And then it has an effect that you can target one water monster that you control. That monster, along with any face-up monsters your opponent currently control, that loses attack equal to the targeted monster's original attack. So, for example, I couldn't get that out then. Usually you're going to summon this in defense because it's 3k defense. So when they normal or special summon monster, going to use the effect of this, everything is going to lose 1500. So, and obviously this will be in defense, so it doesn't matter, but like if you think like things like Icejade and stuff like that, they're going to lose 1500, so they're only going to be 1500 attack, and you're not going to be able to beat over this 3k beat 3k booty, sorry. Then we've got Icejade Cradle. Add you any Icejade monster from your deck to your hand, and again, look, not once per turn, so you can just, if you open 2 of these, then you can add 2 monsters, and it's pretty good. Got 2 Icejade Curse. So again, this is the other part of the skill drain. So you need to have Cradle up, and you need to have an Icejade monster, but then your opponent cannot activate the effects of monsters that were summoned that turn. So if you have, let me just remove these. So if you have these 2 and Cosmolor, you have to have this for both of these, but this your opponent can only activate, cannot activate the effects of monsters that were summoned that turn, and this says they can't activate effects in following turns. So that is the like 3-card skill drain. Yeah, not great. It's tough to set up, but yeah, that's the niche of the deck, I guess. And that's it for the Icejade spells. We have 2 Ready Fusion. It just enables us rank 4 plays. You see some of the rank 4s we've got, I'll show you. We've got 1 Foolish Burial. So this is more you're going to send Tremora. There's not really much else to send, but sending that Tremora can actually really help sometimes. We've got 1 Called by the Grave. This hand loses to most interactions, so you need to have some sort of defense. I wish I played 2 Crossouts. That's it for the last few spells. Then for the few traps we've got 2 Gozen Match. So obviously everything you have is water. So you could make like Stealth Kraken and then activate this, and then that lock people out until you can like start getting your Icejade monsters. And then Icejade Erosion. This is actually a negate. So you can target one face up card your opponent controls. So you can actually, I'm pretty sure that you can stop Dark Ruler no more with this card. Destroy 1 Icejade monster you control, and if you do, negate the targeted card's effects until the end of this turn. And then, obviously, if a face-up water monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card, except by being destroyed, which is kind of annoying, so that probably means battle, you can add to your hand or special summon 1 Icejade monster from your deck. You can only use each effect of Icejade Erosion once per turn. So that would be like Icejade banishing 1 of your monsters. Boom, you can special summon from your deck. Very, very good. This card is quite good, and it's like a main deck. If someone Mystic Mines you, you can just use this as well. So yeah, very good. Then for just the go and second cards, because you do need some, we've got 3 Nibiru, 2 Dark Ruler no more, and 1 Mystic Mine. So obviously we can search this with Terraforming, and we can out this easily by just putting our Cradle over the top if when we feel ready. Nibiru is just so that we don't get absolutely bodied. This is not very good against Tier now or Sprite, but against everything else, it's reasonably good. If like Despia go for game and stuff like that, it's good against them. And Dark Wall is just, that will be good against Terra Elements and Sprite. Moving on to our extra deck. For our links, we play Iria, the Water Charmer, so again, we play Waters, so makes sense. We've got Mr. Boy, we play Waters, so makes sense. So we do play Marine Cess, Coral, Anemone. So the reason I summon this is because then you can special summon from your grave something with 1500 or less, which is not great because then you can only link summon. And there's not many great links unless you're playing Marine Cess, but Aragini is only 1000, so you can actually say you use this on your turn, you've set up your lock so they can't do anything. On the next turn you can link, make this, summon it back, so, and then you can get the effect again to get like another spell or trap. So yep. Marine Cess, Marbled Rock, so we just play this just because it's got 500 attack more than this, and it's a 3, so you could like bring something back, make Marbled Rock, and then Marbled Rock can shuffle this back so you can use it in another turn and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just because this is bigger basically. We've got 2 rare fish. Obviously we play the 2 ready fusion, and I'm going to play 2 of these just so that we can make rank 4s. Obviously got one of the best rank 4s for Waters, for Hermit Shark, so that we can make Toad. Obviously being able to make a negate in this and then setting up the lock, which you can do with certain hands, which is just wild, then yeah, you do it like that. Then we've got 1 Stealth Kraken, turns all face up monsters on the field to water. Ours are already water, so it could hurt your opponent sometimes. For example, Despia, sometimes they have to use like dark monsters, so like making Dragostapelia and stuff like that. They won't be able to do that. And then we've got obviously it's quick effect. You can destroy 1 mortal monster on your opponent controls and then burn it for half its attack. Then if it is destroyed, we've got Stealth Kraken Spawn. I don't own a second one, otherwise I'd probably play 2. Then you can special summon this because of this effect. Abyss Dweller, like there's a lot of graveyard effects in this format, so it's got to be played. Obviously Zeus, you've got to play Zeus. Okay guys, so of course right on time my camera died, so I'm just quickly put my phone on and then just record the last few little bits. So yeah, we play 1 Zeus. Sometimes it's just really good to clean the board, and obviously we do play a lot, like quite a few Xyz. And then the last 2 Xyz, we're playing 1 Gustav Max and 1 Liebe. So this is really good because obviously Cosmolore is a 10. So you could there are points where you can summon both, make Gustav Max, burn for 2, and then make Liebe and then attack. So that is another good way of like going for game. And then the last card is Chen Ying. So like I said, we can make Synchro 10s now, and it's a water, so very good for that effect. And if you get your Tremora effect off and banish it, then you'll now get to banish some cards. This is also good to survive because you'll gain attack for every banished monster, they'll lose attack for every banished monster, and then also you can banish cards from your graveyard to make sure that this doesn't die from like destruction. So very, very good, like very, very necessary in this deck. Okay guys, so that is my Icejade deck profile. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I really like playing like these decks, like Icejade, when I play Spriggans and stuff like that, all from the Albaz lore. I just really enjoy it. So yeah, probably be a Spriggans deck profile after this one. Trying something out, trying to see how I can make it better. Obviously we've got the new support coming. This also has a synchro coming in the next set, I think in Photon Hyperdrive or something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.